Okay, to continue on, one thing I should note is that the Benchmade pen is made out of both aluminum and out of stainless steel. And I mentioned before that it's got a pretty good point to it. So really, make sure you're treating this like any sharp, pointy metal object. You want to be careful. I don't suggest you, unless you're training with an instructor who can really show you how to do this safely, I don't suggest people just picking something like this up and trying these. So to continue on, we'll go ahead and do some concepts from punch. So we'll start with a straight punch. So as the punch comes in, I'm going to redirect and I'm going to split this entry. I'm going to bring this up. I'm again going to use the shaft of the pen and potentially the point to hook this, taking him off balance and moving him off my line. From here, I'm simply just going to come in and strike. I can take this concept from here and either hold him, continue to do things about his neck and shoulders, or from here I can just drop him straight down, disengaging and allowing me to escape. So one more time with the split entry. I'm going to come up, I'm going to hit, I might just rake the shaft up, I'm going to pull him offline, strike, and either continue to strike or just drop him from here. Along that same line, we're going to split the entry again stepping offline, using this my free hand to redirect, bringing the pen up. If I get that rake, it's even some extra juice on it. But this time I'm going to take and I'm going to bring my elbow all the way through. I'm going to hook it under, again taking him even more off balance. And as I do this, I'm going to twist and come back in. Now I've got the point right up here, solar plexus, pecs, wherever I need to. And from here, I'm going to just simply push, and he's going to go back, and I'm going to drop him down and disengage from there, or I can continue on with various other joint locks or strikes. So one more time, comes in, step offline, break this down, twisting, taking control of the head, back behind here, so this isn't as viable a weapon for him anymore, and then I'm simply going to direct him down. Okay, I can hold him there, or I can disengage and continue to strike. From a hooking punch, in this case, when he hooks, I don't want to be way out here on the energy end of this. I'm going to need to engage. I'm going to need to move in. And as I do this, I'm going to take a lot of the velocity off of his arm, and I'm going to run the tip of this pen right up. Distracting him, it's going to hurt a lot. It's going to take his mind off of what he was thinking about doing to us. So in this case, I'm going to run this up, I'm going to pull it over, and I'm just going to come over into an arm bar with him trapped on my shoulder. From here, I can use this pen right into the various tendons and muscle groups in here, and just push this down. Again, I can take him all the way down, or I can disengage and go for the escape. So one more time from here, stop that hook, get inside of that hook, move this over, taking him off balance. I've already got him with some pain compliance because of the tip. Hook this in, and then just drive him down. Again, there's a lot of targets in here. I mean, nothing's target specific with this. As he comes in with that hook, I can simply stop this and jab that and continue to jab him. Again, that's really going to take his mind off of things. So I'm going to jab him a few times, and then I can simply hook this over in the shoulder and just take him down. Not necessarily in a hammer lock. Really, that's just where my hand and my arm ended up. I can do that. But just pulling him off balance and just driving him down and then disengaging. From there, I can also, as he comes in, as I hit this, let's not forget about that low line. There's some great pressure points in here. I think I could be within a foot of a pressure point with this thing and it would still activate that pressure point. So from here, I can go down low. I guarantee you, if I bring this down low and go to the side of his knee like I just did a little harder than I had planned on, tapping him in here, that's going to buckle that knee. And again, I can disengage. So one more time, thinking about those targets in there, get inside that, hit him with it. This is also going to do another thing for us in that it's going to swell our hand just a little bit. It's going to give us more structural support on that punch. So even if I don't turn that and get the tip in, it's going to enhance my punch and allow me to come in here and find those other targets. Let's go ahead and stick. Now, one of the things you're not going to want to do if somebody's got a weapon is stay out here on the business end of that. Just like we don't want to stay out on the business end of that punch, we want to get inside of it. This is even more critical. I'm not going to try and lock that stick and take it out of his hand with a pen. What I am going to do is I am going to get inside of here. I know that's maybe counterintuitive for some, that we're going to have to move towards the threat. But that's what you're going to have to do. Move towards the threat. And in this case, he's just up the ante. He's just gone ahead and added a weapon to this. Blunt force trauma is no fun. So now we're potentially looking at maybe lethal force is justified, depending on the state or the municipality that you live in. But he's just up the ante. At this point, I'm going to get inside of that, and I'm going to hook this, and I'm going to take control. I've got to take control of this weapon-bearing limb right here, so that that weapon is no longer a threat, or at least I've minimalized the threat from that. And in this case, I'm going to want to dump him on the ground as soon as I can. So having this point of this pen anywhere back in here to help direct him down is really going to be helpful. So again, he's got that weapon. I'm going to get inside of that, and I'm going to hit. I'm going to hit hard as I come in. I'm going to enter with as much pain as I possibly can. Take control of that limb. I don't care how I do it really in here. If it ends up being over, that's fine. If it ends up being an underhook, that's fine. But the minute I do this, I don't want to give him a lot of opportunities to be grabbing or anything here. I'm going to use that pain compliance of this pen to just drive him down. And then at that point, I'm going to want to strip that weapon, do something with it, take control, and then escape. All right, so in conclusion, we've kind of looked at a lot of different concepts and scenarios here using the Benchmade Pen as a self-defense tool. I got to tell you, we've really only scratched the surface, no pun intended, of using this this self-defense tool that we have potentially here. Again, we could use any robust pen, pencil, short stick, whatever, to accomplish a lot of these same sort of goals. But again, there's some really nice attributes to this for using it for that purpose. I'd like to thank Derrick for coming out here and taking a little bit of pain today. I'd also like to thank Tactical Testing and Evaluation for inviting me to do this. And I'd like to thank Benchmade for providing this for us to evaluate. And overall, I'm looking forward to carrying one of these on duty. So thanks for joining us, and look forward to posting some more videos in the future.